All right, so I talk really fast, slow me down if I do so. There's 4 pillars we need to talk about. Physicality, your fitness workouts, nutrition, extra cardio, and keeping it 100, all right? Which is gonna be the mentality and the emotion part of what we're gonna do, okay? So I'm gonna go through this as quick as possible. If you have any questions, just write it on the back of your sheet of paper. At the end, I will take every question. If I can answer, I give you the best answer as possible. So I have a lot of stuff on the screen. Everybody has different regimens. Everybody have different work schedules. Some people have kids. Some people have grandkids. Some people travel a lot. We have to figure out something that customizes the best for you. And I will send all you guys these slides. We have to do something that customizes you guys. So out of curiosity, Q, what's your work schedule? 12 to 12.
2 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Ooh, bless your heart. 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. Leanie, what's your work schedule? 9 to 5. Britt, what's your work schedule? 9. Everybody has these work schedules that are so different. So the program that's created for you, the classes that you will take, or PT sessions, is not based upon perfection for everybody. It's not, hey, you got to do this class and you got to do this class. It's going to be based upon what works well for you, okay? Depending on your goal, because everybody's gonna have different goals. Some people are here for muscle definition. Some people are here to lose body fat. Some people are here because they're trying to get away from their husband and they stressed out. Whatever it is, we gotta figure out what's best for you. But for the average person, you're gonna be probably working out anywhere between 4 to 5 classes at the gym, okay? Typically, let's just use weight loss for an example. If someone says, hey, I wanna lose 20 pounds, I'm probably gonna put you in 4 strength classes, okay? And I'm gonna spend a little time on strength. I am a big advocate of lifting weights. It doesn't have to be the heaviest weight in the world, but you have to do strength training if you wanna do the following 2. Number 1, burn body fat. Number 2, burn body fat as we get older, all right? I know I look 22, that's where somebody posts a smile, all right? But I'm about 2 decades older than that, right? And as we get older, we have to be smarter. So I can't tell you that you have to go to Herman Park Hill and run 50 sprints forward and backwards to get results as we get older. That's not the truth, because it's not sustainable. But strength training at a volume of training of weights that you can control is sustainable for the rest of your life, all right? Number 2 of that is all about where your heart zone is at. And we're gonna explain this in the cardio part. If Q, I'm making this up, Q. If he's doing a leg day, say we're doing dumbbell deadlifts, and he's going at a good challenging weight. If he does 10 deadlifts, it's probably gonna get his heart rate over 150 to 160, 170. Out of curiosity, at this pace, how long do you think it's gonna take him to do deadlifts to 10? Talk to me. 1 minute at max, right? And that's if he, right? 1 minute, how long do you think he need to rest before he does another one? Probably more. I'm gonna say if he's lifting heavy, about 1 to 3 minutes. And the reason being is because if you're lifting heavy, that hamstring and glutes like, yo, bro, I need to rest. You're gonna make me do this every 30 seconds and this weight is heavy? Now it's different if he's going 10 pounds and then he rests. But when Christian or somebody's walking around the room like, hey, you got to put more weight on, it's because you're doing it like this, you yarning and you checking your Instagram page. It's not challenging your muscle groups the way it needs to. Now, say hypothetically he does 45 seconds to 1 minute. He's tired for 2 minutes. While that 45 seconds, his heart rate got to 160, 170, what's this gonna do when he rests? Come down. Where you burn most of your body fat is between 120 to 140. So a lot of us, we're training at 160 to 180, and that's great for your heart. Keeps you longer, stronger. It's gonna make you healthier, but it doesn't help you lose body fat. You have to be between 120 to 140. So strategically, get your heart rate up, and then while you're resting, you're actually burning more of your body fat while you rest than you actually lift. So you can do that for the rest of your life, right? Number 2, you want definition? You gotta lift. I'm not gonna put you on I can say, hey, you wanna lose 50 pounds? Cool, let's do a cleansed diet. I don't want you to eat, and I want you to walk 5 hours a day. You're gonna lose a whole bunch of weight. But then you're gonna go to your family reunion, they can be like, you sick? What's going on, right? And then when you get back to your normal routine, you put the weight back on, and now mentally and emotionally, you're at a place where you don't need to be. So we're gonna do it the right way. It's not the fastest way, right? You might not lose 10 pounds a week, but do you really want to lose 40 pounds in a month, right? Don't answer that out loud. Okay, cool. So going back to the workouts, depending on your goal, you're gonna probably do 4 to 5 strength classes. And then depending on your goal, you're gonna do 1 to 2 cardio days only. Hypothetically, let's say Q wants to lose some weight. I have him in 4 strength classes, and then he's gonna either do 2 cardio classes based upon his preference. Like Wendy, she wanted to do her cardio at the crib. Cool. Or at another gym. Cool. We would set up workouts for them to do. Hypothetically, hey, Wendy, do 20 minutes on the elliptical, 20 minutes on the Stairmaster, 10 minutes on the treadmill and the incline. That's our cardio day. Or she say, hey, I'm coming to Thursday, and all we do is what on Thursdays? Cardio. All right? So depending on your goal, we're going to do strength training days and a couple cardio days. That's going to take us to our point of our workouts. I'm going to talk about what fasted cardio is on our third one. I talked a little bit about the heart rate zone. And let's talk a little bit about structure of the way that you're going to be trained. I don't train every class, okay? You have head coach Christian. He trains more than me. You have Wendy. You have Igerian. You have, who am I missing? Natalie. You have, am I missing somebody? Dwayne. I feel like I missed somebody at this location. But collectively, we work together, all right? At the end of the day, if you've never trained in Mean Green, it's kind of hard to explain. It's weird here. It's kind of weird. Like, people actually like each other. People, they actually like learn each other's names. They give each other fist pumps before we start. They actually like each other, right? And in doing that, that's why we create the teams within our challenges. So now it's not just Chris and Christian and Dwayne expecting to keep you accountable. What's happened if all 4 of y'all are on the same team and then y'all got a goal against y'all and y'all and y'all? So now it's not you isolated to get results. Now you got somebody that's keeping you accountable besides your coach. So when it comes to the workouts, if you've been here, you know what it feels like. If you've never been here before, I love you. I love you when you do the workouts. No matter what you think of me, if you've never been here on a Monday, I love you, all right? So workouts, to keep it really simple. Everybody's gonna have a different regimen depending on your goal. Between this location and Humble, I know some of you guys are in the Humble area, depending where you're at, that'll be your structure, all right? And Humble has a whole other group of guys, Milton, Bobby, Nikki, Maya, Jabril. I feel like I'm missing some people, but that's that. So far, so good. Can I move forward? So we got workouts, first pillar. Second pillar we'll talk about is everybody's favorite thing, nutrition, dog. Yo, we got to do it. We got to do it. 90 days, all right? The first one I'm going to talk about is macros. Macros, anybody not familiar with it, you're at a safe place. You can say, cool, got a couple people. Macros, your protein, your carbs, and your fats. We got to hit them, okay? I did not learn this. I got in the fitness space about 24. I played collegiate basketball, and so right now I'm like 210. In college, I was like 170, all right? I used to pray to be 200 pounds, right? But I just didn't know that I needed to eat enough protein. To me, I was like, back in my day, I'm eating steak, I'm eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches. What else did these tell us? What was it called? I can't even think. Beef jerky, I'm eating all this. But I wasn't nearly hitting 220 grams of protein a day. So I could eat all that I thought I was eating, and if I was only eating 170 grams of protein, man, I'm short 500 grams, I'm short 50 grams a day. 50 times 7 is what? 350. I'm short 350 grams of protein a day. How am I gonna put on muscle? I can't. So some of us, we get to these plateaus and we working our ass off in the gym. And it's maybe just because we're not hitting enough protein. Same thing with carbs. Carbs give you energy. I know we hear, it's so many diets, man. You got paleo, you got all these diets. At the end of the day, you need energy. Your main source of energy comes from carbohydrates, period. So if you need carbs and you're not eating carbs, it's gonna come from your protein now and your fats. Your fats is your second source of protein. I'm about to sound like a nerd. So if you run through your fats, now the protein that you are eating, you got to use it for energy, and now you're catching headaches and you're getting dizzy and you don't have energy, and now you're getting sick and you're puking, yeah, because you don't have enough in your body. So you do need carbs to give you energy. Now, the type of carbs is another thing. We'll talk about that in a little bit, right? Absolutely. The more cleaner your carbs is, the better your body's. Anybody have a car? We're in Houston, most of y'all do, right? Nothing against if you do, so Chris, be careful what I'm about to say. But if you go to the gas station right here to the left, it's probably not the best gas station if you got a Bentley, all right? It's really important that you fuel your car with the proper type of gas, depending on what type of car you are. Like, when I look at myself in that mirror behind y'all, I really see myself more as a, yeah, what do you think, Lenny, a Ferrari? What color? A Lambo? What color Lambo you think I got? A green one, right? But I cannot go to that gas station and put unleaded gas in there. It's just not gonna work. And if I do, how long is that gonna last? Exactly, right? So it's important. If you are that premium woman and man, which you are, we gotta put that premium fuel in our body. So going back to carbs, you do need them, but it need to be a good type of carbs. Second thing, when do you eat your carbs? What time you go to sleep, sis?
12, 1 o'clock.
So 12, 1 o'clock, she's like me, we go to sleep late, right? Carbs give you what, guys? Energy. If she eats most of her carbs at 11 p.m. and she's going to sleep in the next hour or two, she put a whole bunch of energy in her body, but has she got time to burn it? No, which means she's going to store it. Carbs take 8 to 18 hours to digest. So she just ate all those, she went to Olive Garden and went and I ate all that pasta. She went to sleep, and how's her body now going to work and process while she's sleeping? But you ate majority of your carbs. Well, Chris, I ate my carbs. Yeah, but we need to eat our carbs typically early in the day while we're moving and working out. Now you're using your food. You ever heard like use your money the right way to make more money? Use your carbs to make your body produce what you want it to produce.
I gotta stop eating cereal at night.
Absolutely. And there's different ways, it's different carbs, right? And then let's go to fats. Fats, right? So typically, depending on your goal, it's usually 40% protein, 40% carbs, 20% fats. Fats is the second source of energy. So typically, when you do run out of your carbs, then your fat supports you, right? So also, your fats is kind of the stuff that you kind of want to eat, right? Depending on what you need in your goals. For example, I like Texas Roadhouse. I live in Humble. We have like 5 restaurants, y'all, and one of them is Texas Roadhouse, all right? And I really like it. So I will go eat a steak. It's giving me the protein. I need that. I need 40, 55 grams of protein. Yeah, the ribeye steak, it costs a little bit more, so it got to be good for me. But that ribeye steak was almost double the amount of fats. So now I go with the New York strip. They both good steaks. I get to save a little bit more money, but at the same time, it's less fats. So now when you look and you are going out, or when you do have the birthday, you're gonna learn how to eat. Like, oh, I want this later? Well, I need to make these decisions before. Oh, I'm going there Friday? Well, I gotta be on point from Monday to Thursday. I have a Friday night, but I'm right back on it on Saturday and Sunday. So it's not about the perfection, it's about the process of making better decisions. If we go to Jack in the Box or Subway for a healthier, on 3, answer, 1, 2, 3. Fried food, grill food.
Grill.
Right? Work out in the morning, don't work out at all. I think we kind of know a little bit of which direction to go, right? But part of it is like, here we go. Q, how many protein you need to eat tomorrow? 262. You was the wrong person to ask that question. Okay. 262.5, I measured it this morning. Crystal, how much fat you need to eat tomorrow? Perfect, that's it. How many of us actually know what to do with the carbs and fats? And here's another question. T, well, you probably know it. Reg, I'm gonna try you. What happens if you got your macros on week 1, but you lose 8 pounds and put on 3 pounds of muscle in 2 weeks? Do you eat the same macros for week 3, 4, and 5?
I have no idea.
See what I'm saying? No, you actually don't. If I am this person, if I'm this person on week 1, and now I'm this person on week 3, don't the intake change? Absolutely. But how many of us got a food plan from Instagram? Was like, it said eat this. And then you did lose 5 pounds. And you're like, why in the hell am I in this plateau still? I've been doing the same food plan. Because you're doing the same food plan, but you're a different person. So as you get results, you have to adjust your macros. I told you I was going to give y'all the game, right? So again, that has to happen bi-weekly. Well, we do it bi-weekly, but it's important to know your macros for those reasons. Okay, I spent too much time. Check-ins. Yeah, this is not, so when you join our gym, we're gonna do something cool next week. I think it's cool. We're bringing back, Leanie been with me for a minute. Remember back in the day, before apps and all this stuff we have now? Remember I used to ask everybody to bring an actual physical journal to boot camp and they had to bring it? I'm bringing it back to the gym starting next week. So I'm actually gonna have a tray. People are gonna drop it in. But that is recommended. The challenge is not recommended, you do it. You do it. Like every single week. Milton, he's the head coach on the North Side, my brother. He does the nutrition. We're gonna review what you eat. And it's not to be like wrong, right? It's like, what are you doing with this? How can we help? Well, Chris, I am eating a smoothie, sometimes a salad for lunch, and then I cook grilled chicken and rice and green beans. Well, that dinner sounds great, and that breakfast sounds great, and the lunch sounds great. But you want to lose weight, there's no way that you're going to hit your macros because it doesn't sound like we're eating enough. So this week, why don't we try to put in this snack and this snack? Well, Chris, it's hard for me to process that type of food and eat. Well, how about we get supplementation, right? If you can't eat that much protein, how about we drink that much protein? So that's why we do weekly accountability. Then number 2, what happens if you are going the right way and you are burning body fat and you are putting on muscle? Great. We'll keep doing the direction that we need to do. But what happens when you go up in muscle and you don't drop in body fat? Well, we have to make adjustments. But if you never get on the in-body scan, how do we know to make adjustments? So that's the reason why we get you on bi-weekly. It's not to be like, we want to build anxiety. We want to get you, we want to stress you out. No, we need to know what you're doing. So again, we may have to adjust your workouts. We may have to adjust your nutrition, but that's why we do those weekly check-ins with food. Yeah, everybody's favorite one. I'm gonna spend a little time here. Alcohol. You gonna do it? Good.
Yeah, I can go.
You can go without it. So some can't. Some think they can't, but they actually can. So this is the thing. I'm not a big drinker. Do I have drinks? Yes. But alcohol doesn't control me. I control alcohol. If I decide, all right, the second restaurant we got in Humble is Lupe, okay? If I go to Lupe and I decide to have a margarita, the margarita doesn't decide to have me. But some of us, we're in a mental and emotional attachment where we feel like I gotta go home and have a drink because I had a bad day. They stressing me out. I feel like I gotta go have a drink. Life is life and I'm gonna have to have a drink. And true story, in 90 days, life is gonna life. Somebody's gonna stress you out. Somebody's gonna piss you off. But what's gonna make you feel better is actually not alcohol. It's freedom, control, peace, and joy. If we get that, that helps you make the best decision. But for me, and one guy in the middle said the same, alcohol typically don't help you make the best decision. Typically, it magnifies what you're going through. If business is not going the way that I want to go, and I go drink a half a bottle of Patron, you think I'm about to come up with some strategies that's going to help me grow the business? Probably not. All right? So now rewind it. Let's put these lenses back on. Because you had a bad day, you think the bottle of Patron is about to help you make better decisions for your body? Probably not. So for 90 days, for majority, depending on your goals, you will not have alcohol. Now there's adjustments. You got a birthday. I don't know if you even drink, right? Sometimes. Precisely.
Only on occasion.
Only like the birthday, right? So she says, hey, Milton, it's my birthday. we're like 25. I'm turning 25. It's going down, big party. Milton might say, you know what? I see that this week you're down 13.7 pounds, 5% body fat. How bad do you want this drink? Man, I haven't had it in I just haven't had it in 8 weeks, Milton. This is Milton. Well, look, we'll have 3 drinks. You have 4 hours to hang out there, 3 drinks. But your drink cannot be mixed with like a margarita. If you want a drink to feel a certain way, go ahead and get there. So how do you get there? I'm mic'd up and everything. I feel a snap. Anybody phones out, I'm glad. I don't want y'all. Mean Green said we could take shots. I'm not saying that, but I am saying if it is your birthday and you want to have a certain feeling, cool. We'll get to the point. But also, the reality is getting to that point might delay your next week. So if it's worth that, for some, I've been in a challenge that say, yeah, I'm okay with next week for me pushing and just maybe maintaining. If you're okay with that, cool. But we don't want you to get on the InBody scan and be like, oh man, what happened to my results this week? Did you forget about the conversation we just had? Shot, right? So again, depending on your goals. The conversation, the dialogue is for you personally. So if we do have drinks and it's approved, cool. Did y'all notice that word? Approved. This is an accountability program. It's 2 strikes and you're out. I'm not gonna waste my time. And I'm not gonna beg you for you to get better, right? Now, it's not that you can't make a mistake. Hey, my macros is this. Bree didn't hit her macro. Bree, that's a strike on Monday. No, heck no. Bree says, hey, 'cause I had to do this once. Tiffany Hill. Yep, I'm talking to you. I'm mic'd up. Tiffany Hill was like, I'm going to Vegas. I said, Tiff, don't drink. She goes, I ain't drinking nothing. I think you know Tiffany. I ain't drinking nothing. All right, Tiff. All right. She gets to Vegas. I text Tiff. Tiff, how you doing down there? Chris, you'll be really proud of me. She's running for judge this year. Chris, you'll be really proud of me. I've been really in control. I love how I'm now more mentally tough in making decisions. But at this time and era, this is when Facebook was only like the main platform and people start going live. She didn't know that Jason Miller at that time watches everybody's Facebook page. Jason called me at 1 a.m, 3 times in a row. What, Jay? Hey, get on Facebook. She didn't know her friend was recording live. She in the club popping bottles with the Portland Trailblazers. So Tiffany get back. At this time we had our gym. I know Leanie and I don't think Bree was here. Leanie, that was the West Park location. So she gets back on a Monday and I sit there, hey, how was it? And she was like, oh, it was great. We had a challenge, it's a 90 day. It was great, Chris, I feel liberated. I was like, well, did you drink? No, why would I do that? So for y'all that know me, I kept digging a little bit. I was like, yeah, man, I hope you drank some water. Yeah, I drank water. Chris, I thought you talking about alcohol. Did you drink some alcohol? Why would I sabotage my results? Well, based upon this screenshot, it looked like she was just like, damn, Chris. Took under the bridge. We were running suicides on the West Park Bridge. But at that time, it was more of a punishment. But that's a strike because we said, hey, don't do it, right? Hey, I don't want to come to, you're supposed to be at workout on Monday morning at 5:30. Hey, what's up? You didn't come to the workout, I overslept. That's a strike, okay? So 2 strikes, out. Don't invest no money and get kicked out. I love y'all too much for that, all right? So that's pillar 2. Last 2, and then we're out of here. Did I put the same one in? Cardio. All right, so we got workouts, and then we got the additional cardio that, I heard dang. Depending on your goal, okay? Cardio. I talked a little bit about the 120 to 140, all right? So for me to do this, we used to do this. I know Bree was in this challenge. No, was you in the Fitbit? I mean, not Fitbit, Bree, were y'all in the one where you had to get? Okay, so yeah, perfect. So we're doing the same thing. You do have to have a smart device for this, for keeping your heart rate, so we know what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, you may think, oh, Chris, I was walking and I checked my pulse. It felt like, no, we need to know, all right? So 120 to 140. The example of the faster cardio, go into this. Am I talking your ear off? Y'all good with me? I still got your attention? So faster cardio, the best way to do this is early in the morning, right when you get up. But how many of us got job, kids, and everything else to do in the world? So sometimes you're not gonna do that. Majority of us not. So if you can't, a lot of us will do it before your workout or after your workout. So Bree will come to the class. Everybody be like, why is she here 30 minutes early? It's because she's part of it. You'll see, the people that's part of the transformation, they be on the treads and what they doing? They part of the 90 day, all right? But the example, week 1, I'm making this up, Bree, but it's gonna be near. First week, you got 3 days. Out of those 3 days, I need 20 minutes a day. So 20 minutes, 3 days to walk. Can anybody do that?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's practical.
Do you have to be here or can you do it from home?
You don't have to be here.
I thought you were about to say an hour every morning.
Week 1, 3 days, 20 minutes a day. It's practical. You can do 10 minutes before, 10 minutes after the workout. You can go to Herman Park as long as you're between 120 to 140 of your heart rate. The hard part about that, you think you're gonna be running, but you're not gonna be running. Right, Bree? Because as soon as you do this, you're gonna be like, ooh, 150, 160. You're gonna look like the woman in your neighborhood though. You're gonna be walking like this, you know, she'll be singing out loud. It's just a brisk walk or an incline or a Stairmaster. The reason why we do that is because we need to keep your heart rate between 120 to 140. If it gets to 150, 160, you gotta what? Slow down. If it gets to 90, you need to stand up. You're probably sitting, right? So that range. We can do that for week 1, right? Week 2, 25 minutes, 3 days a week. What about week 3? 30 minutes? Week 4? 35? What about week 5? 40 piece. Now, I don't want to do 45, right? Cool, let's go to 4 days then. What about 4 days at 20 minutes? Week 6, 25, 4 days. Week 7, can you see where we're going? Week 10, we're almost at week 12. We're now at 5 days, 30 minutes. So we do, just like weightlifting in our program, instead of week 1, we might do 4 sets of 15. By week 2, 4 sets of 12, and we keep, so week 12, you might be at your biggest and most amount of days, but what do I look like saying, hey, you ain't worked out when? Chris, I ain't worked out in about 2 years. Cool, we're gonna do 5 days, I need an hour a day. Is that sustainable? No, it's gonna be willpower. How long does willpower last? Not for a long time. But progression overload to get you there can, all right? Is the 90-day challenge forever? No, it's a what? Challenge for 90 days, all right, to get you there. So that's the fasted cardio, okay? I'm gonna keep it there. So far, so good? All right, go to the last one, then we're out of here. Keep it 100. Somebody say that, keep it 100. I don't know if y'all noticed, for those that maybe just met me for the first time, it's bigger than just push-ups and squats for me. Like, y'all are dealing with some things mentally that y'all probably wouldn't even express out loud that you experienced, whether it's drama or trauma, right? Quick story, there was this old lady, and she made Thanksgiving for every Thanksgiving for her family. So this year, the daughter or the granddaughter's like, you know what? I'm gonna do what Mama been doing, all right? If it's Mama, she probably what? She probably white or black?
Oh, white.
White? Mama?
Mama's white.
Mama's white?
Yeah.
What's grandma? What's black?
Grandma.
Granny?
G-Mom.
G-Ma? That's that new grandma. Hold on. This has nothing to do with what we talking about. G-Ma?
Grandmama.
Grandmama?
Grandma is white.
What about Nene?
She's black.
Okay, that's what my little boy said. Okay, anyway, going back to the content. Okay. So the granddaughter said, for my grandmother, I'm going to help this year. So she goes in, and they cooked a turkey, and the turkey was this big. And she's like, hey, grandma, like, the turkeys are so much bigger. Why do you always cut the sides and put it in? And she kept doing it. So she asked her mother before she went to grandma, and mom was like, I don't know, because grandma did it, that's why I did it. So grandma was in the living room, so she went to grandma and said, hey, grandma, I know we always cut the sides of the turkey. Why do we cut the sides of the turkey? And she said, I don't know. I always did it because my mother did it. So great-grandmother is in the living room. So they go to great-grandmother, she's in the chair. It's like, great-grandmother, why do you cut the sides of the turkey? Because I did it, and now I taught my daughter, and now she taught her daughter. And she's like, it's easy, baby. Because our stoves wasn't big enough, I had to cut the sides. Some of us are doing things because what we've seen others doing, it has nothing to do with what we're currently dealing with. How many of us are cutting off what we should be cutting off, and we don't need to cut that off? And a lot of us, because it's mental concepts. Sometimes we hear no more than we hear yes. So sometimes it's about you hearing that you can do it versus no, you can't do it. So keeping 100 is weekly concepts that I bring out that challenge you. We talked about keeping, what was the one with Beyonce? I'm feeling myself. That's a real week. Yeah, when I started looking at everybody's results and they down 10, 20 pounds, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna talk about I'm feeling myself, right? Or one of my favorite ones is, Leanie knows this one, my awesome shades. Some of us look at life as BS so much that you think everything's BS, and the truth is how you look at it. And that's a real reality. So keeping 100 is based upon the emotional and the mentality that you have going forward. All of us are here, I can't say all, but most of us that are here is because you tried to do this on your own, and mentally and emotionally, something happened and it disrupts you. And potentially you were dealing with that emotion or that challenge by yourself. But this time, you're not gonna do this by yourself. One of the most difficult things to me is weight loss or transformation in your body, period. You talk to someone that lost 100 pounds, it wasn't in 3 weeks, it wasn't in a month. They'll be like, man, it took me 2 years. Do you know how hard it is to do something for 2 years? How much JP, man, you know JP. JP had such mental concepts that I had to learn and read I never experienced, going into an airplane and having to buy 2 seats so I can go fly. So can you imagine the conversations we had to have for him to believe he can do it? I never imagined when I would sit by somebody at a Texans game that everybody's now looking at me like I'm a mistake. This is what he thinks every time he goes into every room that he went into. So now he's going into a gym. You don't think he has thoughts? So we all have different things that we have to unfold, that we have to face, and that we have to conquer. The cool thing about the transformation, you're not just unloading it with me, but a community that's like-minded like you. So that's what Keep It 100 is about every single week. I'm gonna stop right there, and I'm gonna ask if anybody have any questions. What you got?
You know, I always have questions.
Absolutely. What you got?
On the heart rate part, like with the cardio or whatever, do y'all just watch that for the number? Because my heart rate runs high. Medication, whatever. Like, or do we like gauge? Let's see where you are with a 20-minute brisk walk. Let's see where your heart rate is, and we judge from that.
Great question. I'm gonna echo it so everybody can hear it online. So, how is the heart rate evaluated? Is it by, hey, let me see you work out and see where you're at now? How do we gauge it? So back in the day, we used to use something called MyZone, and MyZone it would tell on you. It would literally show me every minute of your workout, and I can kind of say, hey, based upon our Monday workout when we were doing this, I noticed this is where you're at. And then we used to have it on the screen, so when I'm training you, I'll be on the mic and I'll be, hey, T, slow down, girl, you're doing a little too much, right? So we were able to do that, but I don't want to add an extra expense to the investment. But for those that have MyZone, I literally will be able to look at it. But the easy answer for you, we don't gauge it by the minute. We'll say, hey, today, Monday, everybody walk 20 minutes. I want you to stay between 120 to 140 of your heart rate. Send me a screenshot of what you've done. And once you screenshot it, we can kind of see whether you were there or not. And then let's just say you was like, hey, Chris, I was on the incline on an 8. Well, and my heart rate elevated too fast. Cool, let's try flat. And then that might be the fix. Or it might be, hey, don't get on the treadmill. Let's get some kettlebells that are 5 pounds and walk in the neighborhood. So it's just different strategies to find what works well for you, but that's not hard to do.
And I have the Garmin has.
You got, that's the best one on the market, Garmin. Oh, you fancy? That's good. Good question. Any others? What you got?
With the journaling, can you give like an example of what that looks like?
From you or from how we grade it or how we look at it? From us. So journal. Hey, write what time you eat and what you eat, period. Hey, Monday, 12 p.m., Chick-fil-A, number 2. Dinner, I don't know. I cook a 6-ounce steak and mashed potatoes. Cool.
So just
Yeah, just simple. So our goal you're gonna see the way you look at it, but our goal is to show you how to get to your macros, how to calculate your macros, and then get you there, number one. Number two, what are you eating and what are the challenges of you eating? Number three, are you cooking food or you're buying food? I don't cook, so I buy. All right, cool. If you're cooking, are you weighing your food? The more we know what we're putting in the body, the more detailed we can be. The more we don't know, the more guessing we're doing. So week one is not like perfection. We got to, just like the progression with walking, it's the same thing with nutrition. So, and everybody's going to be at different places with nutrition. For me, my household, I thought healthy eating was steak and gravy on top of it with mashed potatoes, because that's what my dad knew and did. So when he cooked that, I was like, I'm eating healthier. In my household, we wasn't taught protein, and fats, and carbs. So something that I had to learn. So some people will be learning that for the first time. So we'll walk you by the hand. So great question, great question. Any others? What you got?
Okay, last question, I think. For those of us who have other athletic pursuits,
Yeah.
if accepted in the program, do you help effectively manage?
Yeah, twofold. So I'm just repeating it. So depending on your athleticism of what you do outside the gym, do you help? Absolutely. With that, it depends exactly what you're doing and what your goal is, right? So sports performance, I'm running a marathon in Europe in December, right? Cool. On your application, Chris, I want to put on 20 pounds of muscle. My reply, it's going to be hard to put on 20 pounds of muscle and train for a marathon. I don't think this is the right time for the challenge, right? Chris, I want to lose weight and I'm training for a marathon. That's easy, right? So depending exactly what we're doing, but absolutely. And the same thing to those have work schedules. Hey, Chris, I am a pilot. I can't come to the gym for 2 weeks. I'm 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So adjustments got to be made based upon preference and absolutely interest of extracurricular activities. And I'm a big advocate of that. I used to make, did we do the Beast Mode games last one? I used to make us do like Spartan races, beast mode games together, because when you work towards something, it helps you be more consistent and accountable. So absolutely, yes. Great question. What you got, sis?
I guess so. My question is, would now be a great time to start the program if I'm currently in like a spiritual fast, like a daily fast, or I'm not eating meat or anything like that?
Absolutely. So great question. I'm repeating it so everybody can hear it. Is it okay to start in the middle of a fast? It was cool that Wendy actually said what she said. She's Ramadan, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So it's a sort of fast. My thing for fasting, number one, and I do fast myself, I don't recommend fasting if you're trying to lose weight or put on muscle. Hear me when I say this. You fast for spiritual reasons. So I don't want anybody to think after this, I wouldn't be who I need to be if you walked off and said, all I need to do is fast. No. Fast for spiritual growth. With me? Now, can you fast and lose weight and put on muscle? Absolutely. More you're open to open with me on how your fast is, if that's possible. Like her, she was sun up to sundown. So we had to hit our protein, sun up, before sun, after sun. So a lot of hers, some of it was liquid, right? And hers was tough because of the length of it. Also, whether it's a Daniel fast, I don't know how in depth you are. If you're not eating meat and things of that nature, then we had to get other sources of protein, right? Whether it's beans or other measures. So when I do my 90 days in this month, you can imagine how many people's doing the Daniel fast. So it's something that I'm very familiar with. Absolutely. Great question. Great question. Any other questions? Nope. Anybody want to know some pricing? Yeah. How much you think it is? You don't know. You don't know. I'm kind of nervous to ask you questions. I'm messing with you. So pricing, all right? I'm kind of sweaty palms. I told Bria a little bit about it, and so some of y'all have done the program before, okay? And let me give a little, how can I word this, Christian? Let me give a little foundation to why pricing is what it is. You invest, you do, period. So been doing this going on 16, 17 years. I have a very high percentage. People that start this don't quit this. What looks bad for me as the person that leads this campaign, if I had 10 people that start and only one person finish, I can count on one hand in 17 years How many people quit because they invested? When you go lower price point, it's like, oh, it was just $100, I'm good. Then the value sometimes decreases, okay? So Bree and everybody else that's done this program, Bree, this is a lot lower than what I've done it at. And the reason why, to be very transparent, I believe in shifts, right? There's a shift that happens in business, in every single business. There's a shift right now, to me personally, in the fitness space. At one point, it was like CrossFit. At one point, it was, small boutique fitness centers. At one point, it was, I'm really big on this. I know y'all didn't ask for this, but I'm giving it. I don't know what the next 5 years looks like in fitness, right? I closed one of our locations down 3 months ago, right? So I'm being very transparent. I know one thing that will not change in fitness is community. Community, it won't change. I don't care what trainer's in here, we're gonna build community and empower. So in this challenge, I'm going to take a chance on lowering the price to build community. Because last time I only chose 4. I'd rather go 12 this time and build community and make less versus 4. And I know they're gonna be bought in. My favor from you, if you commit and you are selected, don't devalue the program because the price is not what it was, right? The price overall, I think it was like $750 a month, somewhere around $3,000 or $2,500 or $3,500, whatever that price was. So this one is $150 a month, all right? It cost me more to pay a nutrition coach to review that for just one person. If you can imagine, if I select 15 people. But I'm gonna bet on you guys on community. So if you're selected, don't devalue because like, man, 150 ain't nothing. All right, 150 is a lot. I know I'm talking to some ballers, but don't devalue the program, all right? So, answer your question. What does the program cost? It's $150 a month if you have a Mean Green membership. I think majority of you guys are already members, so you're adding that on. If you're not a member, you have to get a membership. Our unlimited package is $175, okay? I didn't change the slide, I'm sorry. Yeah, so our unlimited package is $175. I have not looked at this screen. Hopefully I was on point with what I was talking about this whole time. I just thought about that. So yeah, $175 a month is what we currently have. That's the only way you can do this program. After this, 90 days is 3 months. It's $150 a month additional. It is not $750 a month or that all-in price. If you want to save some funds and get some points on your Sapphire Chase card, you can save some money by doing one fee of $375. Again, to the other ladies that have done this program and guys, it is definitely a lot cheaper than $750 or $3,500. But other than that, man, accountability and consistency is what this is about. We have a lot of fun within it. It's tough, but I create leaders and teams within it. We have challenges within, and we have a lot of fun with it. Wendy's pictures, I don't know who follow Wendy, but whoever finishes this challenge, we would do a big photo shoot at the gym. And so guys, y'all take your shirt out, in your B-boy stands, ladies, y'all put that thigh out, however y'all do that. But we're gonna take a whole bunch of pictures, whether you're on this location or the other location. It's a free photo shoot for you guys as well for finishing. But other than that, I would love for you to take some time. We'll put some music on. At the bottom, I don't have a sheet of paper, but at the bottom, I think we labeled it. Where's application? Oh, perfect. Not the bottom. Don't even worry about the bottom yet. That middle, the second to last package, it asks you if you were selected why you want to do it. That's the part I was telling y'all earlier. Please don't put for Beyonce. All right? Please don't say, here's another one, just to keep it 100. Don't say I'm doing this because I want my wife to look at me or I want to be known and I want a man to notice me. If you put I'm doing this for another man or because I want approval from a woman, I am not selecting you. It's just not a big enough why. It has to be rooted deeper than that. Like, yo, I'm doing this for me. All right? Kids are different. I'm doing this for my kid or my grandkids. I want to be an example. That sounds different. But hey, I want to go to the club and I want somebody to ask me for my number. That ain't, because you're going to quit in a month because of that. Okay? So I'm going to put some music on. At the very bottom, just let us know, would you do, if you're selected, would you do month to month or would you do one payment? Other than that, guys, I will float around. Christian's here in the back as head coach. Let us know if you have any questions. And then other than that, I appreciate you guys for coming out. Any questions? Cool?